What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're doing our weekly portfolio update, looking at my dividend stock portfolio, how I performed, and then we always kind of start to look at the overall market. In this video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different than usual. So if you're not new to the channel, we're going to be talking about some technical analysis in this one. Maybe you're a fan, maybe you're not, but I thought I'd give it a shot and try and incorporate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos, and just give the video a thumbs up whether you're new or not. It helps out this channel, really helps it out, and just helps me get these videos out to more people. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. For the past week, my portfolio went from 11,600 to 11,830, and then fell down to 11,400 and kind of stayed about 11,300 all the way down to 11,286. Down 3% for the week of $343.46. Friday alone was pretty flat, down 0.1%, and which is $11.34. However, that Friday, actually, it wasn't necessarily flat throughout the day, but it was very flat in the total everything. So here, just to kind of explain that, it was very downtrending. I mean, from open until, let me get it right here, from open until like the bottom of the day was about down 3%, which is a very big movement for an intraday, like even in a regular stock, not even the S&P 500. With this being the S&P 500, this is a very, very big drop, but then it started to recover and only fell a little bit, and then totalized up 0.044%. So that's pretty big, but let's go ahead and talk about more about my portfolio and the activity that went on. So for the past week, from the 16th to the 20th, I actually did not receive any dividend payments. May, usually the second month of the quarter is it is the slowest quarter for my portfolio. If we go ahead and look at my dividends coming in, May is expected to have $23 with June of 30 and July. The first month of each quarter is always the biggest, and then it goes biggest, smallest to the middle. That's kind of how each quarter works for me in my portfolio. A lot of portfolios are going to be the same because the same dividend stocks and ETFs are owned, but that's how it works. So the dividend income for May, like I said, is not going to be that much. Now my overall portfolio is sitting at a yield of 3.61% and a yield on cost of 3.19%. With stocks going down, with everything in my portfolio going down, this yield is increasing, which I'm not complaining about, but the yield on cost is decreasing, which is overall not a very good thing. My annual income for dividends right now is sitting at $409, and my beta is sitting at 0.96, which is pretty shocking. But let's go ahead and talk about technical analysis on SPY, the S&P 500, and kind of some things that I noticed. So let's go ahead and get into it. So as we saw, ever since about March 29th, SPY, the S&P 500, has fallen insane amounts. If we go ahead and just do this little math real quick, let's go to March 29th all the way till now, down 16%, 15.58% to be exact. And from, about the high of January 3rd, we're down 18.44%. So looking right here, this, as you can tell on the daily chart, is a pretty steep fall. I just made some horizontal lines. These do kind of act as support resistance, but you got to look at the long term for that. We'll see, we kind of hit here and just fell down. Looking over, this wasn't really a strong level of support or resistance, but it did kind of act as one. Kind of a burst through right here, touching it, coming back, falling, touching, and kind of just playing around with these little areas. But the main one is this purple line right here. I'm going to actually go ahead and make this, I'll make it a light blue, kind of make it a little easier to see, and I might make it a little bit bigger, just so it's easier for everybody to see. I'm going to go ahead and go to the 4 hours also. Let's go ahead and talk about this. So what I kind of noticed, which was pretty important to me, is we're seeing some common technical analysis patterns, like a double bottom right here. We kind of went double bottom and then went back. This is around the beginning of March, and we went from 413 all the way back up 460, and we almost did form a double bottom right here, but we kind of failed and ended up just getting pushed back down. But here's what really pointed out to me. A double top right here, forming and then topping and then coming back down. And I mean, we even touched it again right here at this level, on April 5th, and we have just been downtrending ever since. And I'm not saying technical analysis is the reason that the market is falling. There's a ton of factors. I'm just kind of, this is almost like an education part. I think technical analysis isn't the most important, but I do think knowing technical analysis is pretty important. So that's just one thing I kind of want to teach and show everybody is the formations on the technical analysis are kind of forming towards a decline in the market. And looking on some tools, I mean, the RSI, we're sitting at 45 right now, which I mean is technically a little bit oversold. But besides the fact, the MACD has fallen pretty heavily and it's kind of slowly seeming like it's curling back up. And as we can tell, orange line crossing the blue line, it's just easier to say it like that. This could catch us on momentum and on the daily. If we go ahead and look, getting very close, and the momentum is slowly catching back up day over day. So things are looking pretty good on the technical analysis sides of things. Looking at the tools, the chart in general, it's really hard to say it's looking bad, it's looking good. You can just look at patterns and formations, but it's very hard to indicate how the entire market is going to move for a long-term stance. But I do kind of see a nice run up in everything coming pretty soon. But there is a lot of external factors on the macro level that could cause things to not go as well. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. So if you did enjoy it, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, you turn on post notifications so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Check out M1 Finance using the link in the description down below. And stay tuned because I have a big announcement that's going to be coming in one of the next few videos. You're really going to like it. It's going to be for some free stuff, so stay tuned for all that good stuff. And I will see you at the next video.